Back to intelligence here. Let's hit that next step of intelligence. Keep popping that up. Ooh, Fairlight Excalibur. Good use of all that karma. What do you got for me here, buddy? I'll take a look and see what we got. Can't use the Fuji Virtua X yet. That's okay. The craft work should be pretty good for now. I think I've already got a Killjoy. I've got Suppression, Blaster, Killer. Suppression, Blaster, and Killer. Definitely want that. Got the Execute Assassin. So, since we've got the Assassin, let's see what else we got here. Let's get the Attacker and the Shield. Just make sure we got the hardware for what we're doing. Hello, Vengrass. I got a flight recorder for you. Wouldn't happen to be an Ares flight recorder, would it? Some very powerful buyers are looking for that right now. Can get rid of it for you for, say, 20%. Sounds good. Pleasure doing business, as always, Mr. Van Grass, as always. Johnny! Thanks to the semiconductor-based gene sequencing program that David employed, we should have the right information we need to track the Ripper in the Matrix. I'm really impressed with his results, considering it was his first attempt. He was utilizing an unproven technique, and he read about it in the Science Journal, and he was working from memory on minimal sleep. Sounds fascinating. You can probably tell me more about that later. Yes, maybe we can sit down with David and he can share his research. But let's stay focused. Here's what I'm thinking. We hit the Lone Star DNA database to see if our donor has prior criminal record. They have extensive DNA archives, then we go hunting based on what we find. Let's hit the decks and jack into the Matrix. I can get into their private grid pretty easily, but I gotta warn you, once we're in, it could get a little rough. How much experience have you had? Pretty damn good? Good. I'll come with just in case any ICE decides to crash our party. I'll jack into this one. Alright. Let's see, we need some ESPs. Let's get the Assassin. And let's bring the Shield. I want to take Blaster, Medic, Erosion, and Killer. No, actually, I don't want to take that. I'll take Degrade instead. back in. He's also using a craftwork. We're in. With the excruciating ecstasy of jacking your neural network into the digital world washes over you, grips you, and crushes you into a singularity and expands you infinitely. You are one with the data stream. Welcome to the Matrix. That arch will take us to the next node. Data store ahead is defended by countermeasures. Okay, there's the data store. Whap-hap. Alright, he's gonna get eroded. And then I want to fire a killer at that guy. Move you up really quick. Oh, I missed. What is that? That must be Overwatch. Zap you real quick. Okay. Why don't you kill that? And let's blast that. I see he's down. Let's see if there's a match for that fingerprint. Hack in the DNA database, 100% match. Arrest records database. Subject, Silas Forsberg, deceased. Chop shop surgical assistant, breaking and entering 2 counts, public indecency 1 count. Brought in for questioning on accusations of unlicensed plastic surgery. No charges were filed. Alright, let's medic up really quick. Let's hit this loop this time. Oh god. Get him right the fuck out. might need to reduce the alarm state. They seem a little unhappy over here. Alright, let's see if we can wipe you. Set you to a road. Excellent. Hit the Newsnet archive. Silas Forsberg. The body of Silas Forsberg, a chop shop surgical assistant, was found in an apartment in Snohomish earlier this week. The body has been there for as long as a month when Forsberg's landlord noticed a rancid smell and contacted authorities. Lone Star representatives have issued a statement saying Forsberg's death has been ruled as suicide. According to reports, his body has a massive puncture wounds, and the cause of death was determined to be an overdose of anti-stress medications and sedatives. The man's employer claims he was a dedicated employee, though he suffered from bouts of depression. Forsberg's next of kin could not be located, but the attorney appointed to his estate has located a will written weeks prior, leaving all of his belongings to his psychiatrist. The identity of his psychiatrist has not been released due to privacy concerns. Yet another sad end to a life, all too common here in the sprawl. I think that the dead body was his psychiatrist. Now that looks like something we might be able to go on. Let's regroup and continue. I'm not ready to leave yet. I have a feeling there's something else. Let's reduce the alarm state. Oop, maybe not. Chill there for a sec. Ah, zapping. Oh god, the zapping. Start eroding that guy. Okay, that doesn't... Oh, God. Houston, we have a bigger problem. Degrade that guy. Vulnerable to more damage. Zap it hard. Okay, that problem was resolved. No, don't check out, don't check out. Alright. Alright, now that we're a little more common here. Autopsy records. Subject, Silas Forsberg. Subject was found overdosed on a half a dozen different sedatives. Several anti-anxiety medications were also found in his system. Face was mutilated, probably self-inflicted. Identity could not be confirmed immediately due to the disfigurement. Had to check dental records to confirm. No next of kin. Large puncture wounds were found in several places on the body, possibly large-bore surgical needles. The body has been decomposing for several weeks before the landlord noticed the smell and called police when no one answered the door. This keeps getting weirder. searching any of these. Doesn't look like there's even anywhere else to go. I was really hoping I'd find some data I could sell. Oh, that would have been useful. So here's what we know. Our DNA evidence belongs to a dead man whose death was never explained. He worked in top shops, which fits with the living guy that you've met. The Newsnet says that he left his estate to his psychiatrist. Maybe finding out who his psychiatrist was will give us our next clue. My gut says we can tech into the medical board's records and reverse trace to find the doctor. Let's punch it. That was a pretty good breakdown right there. All right. Oh, hi. White sparky ice. Well, let's just zap that motherfucker. Tar bomb. Whoa. What's that do? An area effect that deals minus 75 to ice and deckers, roots them in place for 1 round. Enjoy your tar bombs. Have this thing kill it. Searching medical records for Silas Forsberg. Medical records located. 2020 to 2030. One particular pediatrician's entry stands out from the rest. Child suffers from a chronic depression and social anxiety, most likely caused by his physical abnormalities. We've seen many cases like this recently, with the outbreak of changeling children being born. With the apparent physiology, we're seeing there is no telling what sort of brain functions are affected. The prescribed series of sedatives last year that had no effect, upping the dosage. Data missing or corrupted. Contact your system administrator for help. This file is quite large. It takes well over an hour to read through. The final entry, however, is the most significant. It's written by a Dr. Henry Holmes. Silas has overcome significant mental disorders and no longer goes through periods of violent episodes. Latest medications have proven especially effective, but I believe that being treated by another elf has significantly impacted his treatment. Unfortunately, my efforts to maintain an emotional boundary with him have proven challenging. He has bonded to me in an unhealthy and frankly unnerving way. His hero worship exhibits itself in the form of mimic speech patterns and adopting my dress. For this reason and for health of the patient, I am assigning another doctor to his case. I will inform him in his next session. Well, that's odd. Got a name now, Dr. Holmes. Let's keep going and find out where he works. Well, that's not good. Fire up the assassin. Fuck. Try again. Good. I want you to assassinate this guy. Closer. Your chance to hit blows. Employment records, Henry Holman. Current employment status. Currently holds position of Chief Psychiatrist and Administrator at Mercy Mental Hospital, Snohomish, Washington, UCAS. Check previous employers. Psychiatrist in residence, attending psychiatrist in private practice. Well, now we know where he lives. Back to meat space. This is going to be a long run. Can I just terminate this program? Because I don't want to just unplug, because that can hurt. Just leave those there. Unplug. Reality is at the end of the day contextual, and as the meat world comes back into focus, your head once again tries to settle on which world is the real one. Well, the philosophical question lingers. Your meat body demands food and drink. You disconnect from your deck and find the Union safe house is risen. Wow, I got rocked. Hey Gruberman, what you got? Despite the hour, Buster is fastidiously putting together another wrinkly, free suit. He shows every indication that he's been up for hours, sunk to his elbow in a dozen crates, each containing objects of sinister matte black hidden beneath curls of straw. Colored packing foam. The foam flies about as he inventories the shipment, clinging to every surface except for Buster's immaculate suit. Just in time, got a whole slew of new toys in from a supplier back east. Factory fresh and still smelling of their mother's gun oil. Maybe there's something in here. The batch that you'd be interested in? How long you been in the trade, Buster? Well, let's see. I left Cal Free July 8th, 2038 at 6:13 in the morning, and it was a Thursday. From there, I wandered a bit, plied my skills as a merc in a half a dozen different wars, official or otherwise. Never did take run in the shadows like some of the boys I knew, too subtle for my taste, I suppose. Suddenly, surely there was no shortage of full-scale engagements to be had, so I didn't want for work. Might still be doing it today if I hadn't lost the arm. How'd you lose it? Was all so stupid. Some Azzies were lobbing smokers behind our lines, more to mess with us than anything. I decided to toss one back. I just didn't figure the one I grabbed ain't a smoker. I got it off, but just barely. Shredded my old arm, but good. Got plenty of other scars to remember that moment as well, but the arm was the big one. So take a word of advice from an old shoulder. Soldier, make sure you're never holding the grenade in one hand unless you just pulled the pin with the other. Now, if I haven't got a reason to doubt my professional competence, how about we talk turkey? What can I get you? I'll take it. Get the fuck out. I don't need your shitty ass anymore. get that order right. Have a good one, Gruberman. It's always a pleasure. I would love to take a look at some new armor. Really, the bunny? Well, I really like the alley mage outfit. I really like that alley mage outfit. And I got 3,500. Let's go talk to our cyberware friend. See what we got for cyberware. Just one glance is all you need to tell the doctor is exhausted. Her crumpled scrubs are stained with a mix of blood and other fluids too colorful to be naturally occurring in the human body. Her eyes are those of a person who has built a substantial sleep debt and has no idea when or how to begin paying it off. I'm not one to talk, but you look like Drek. Afraid there isn't much I can do for it. She snaps her fingers and calls forth the spirit normally seen perched on her shoulder. It appears to be out of the ether, and the doctor immediately seems less fatigued than she was a moment before. What can I do for you? Everything okay? Here at the Union? Yeah, fine. Just getting back myself. Days here tend to be slow, so I volunteered at a medical center on the other side of Touristville. I had a rough shift. What happened? What always happens? Some run or some deal or some meet went south, one thing led to another, etc., etc., etc. I didn't hear all the details. All I really know is what came in on the lips of the victims healthy enough to still speak. Apparently one of the Baron's gangs incurred the wrath of the local Seolberings, leading to a rolling shootout through the city streets. Several bystanders were injured. But the real mess didn't begin until a party crashed into the yard of an old industrial plant outside of Union Hill Road. They woke some sort of toxic spirit, which then began running amok, causing easily as much damage as the initial battle. Sounds like shit went south pretty fast. And we were left to pick up the pieces, of course, but enough about my trouble. Let's hear about yours. Tell me what ails you. I would like to look at your cyberware, thank you.